What up traders, it's your boy Martin back, and today we are back with an update on the last video that we have made on a simpler entry. So today we're just going to give you guys an update and show you guys how the exact pay that we was breaking down played out. You know what I mean? And this is just to boost your confidence, to show you once you're confident enough, you know, to trust your technical analysis, you know, and put in the work, you can see when you say something, it actually happens in the market. And today, if you look at CAD yen that we actually have on the screen, so if you go back to previous video on YouTube, you can have a look. So if you go back on this previous video, you can see at the top there, you can see it was CAD yen we was actually breaking down in this video when we were looking for a simple entry. So now this is just an update to show you guys exactly how the market actually play out, you know, and this is to show you guys once you trust your analysis and trust your work that you put in for over a long period of time, then you're gonna see results. So if you look at CAD yen, you can see we're looking at our 4-hourly chart. So when we look at CAD yen last time, we was looking at structure, right? And if you look at structure, you can see we are currently in an uptrend, and you can see we are creating higher highs and we are creating higher lows, and you can see the cycle continues. So remember, I've broken down, right, in the last video, every time we break one of these high, once we break structure on our daily, so you can see we had this bearish momentum, right, and then we broke structure right around there. So now we cleared this structure. You can see previous structure have been broke. You can see we went up, came back down, retest back this same area. You can see we push and then we came back down, but we haven't broke past this high that much, you know, so we haven't went straight up and give us any new high. But however, we still managed to respect this supported area, you know, have been respected, which is showing us that buys are still strong. Also, not because price actually respect that area, but if you look at the candlesticks, right, remember, always say pay attention to your candlestick when you're doing your technicals so you can understand price action. So if you look at your candlestick at the bottom, you can see all these nice wicks coming off these major support, followed by some nice, you can see right there you have like a higher low with a nice bullish engulf, right, coming in between right there where you have that first higher low formation. So if you look at CAD yen, you can see we have broke out, and I've been explaining to you guys where we actually hit this previous high, where we have this major resistance. So now what I'm going to drop back is to my lower time frame. However, we're going to move back to our daily because I have something I want to explain and show you guys more of a detail. So let's go back to our 4-hourly, then we'll come back to the daily. So now we come back on CAD yen. If you look at our daily, sorry, our 4-hourly chart, right, what you can see I was breaking down was this CAD yen entry. Remember, I said to you guys where we cleared our support area, you can see we broke structure, and I said to you guys we're going to look for a retracement either way back into our 23, and I said to you guys my first entry is always my 38.20. However, it depends on the momentum. I will look to enter around the 50 or 61.80. However, you can see price went back up exactly wick off back to our 50% Fibonacci, right, and you can see our stop loss was at 78.60. and for example, I just want to show you guys this. If your entry point was around 38.20, you would have probably been in like, say, just like say 20 pips drawdown, nothing much, you know. So clearly you can see how that's on point, you know what I mean. As I said before, understand price action, you know, looking at the market movements on a daily basis, focusing on one pair, few pairs, and not try to look at 16 different pairs, sorry. Once you actually understand the movements and price action and the fundamentals behind that pair, you know, then you can actually see how it will actually benefit you in the long run. So I'm going to be dropping a video soon on fundamentals, and I know it will benefit a lot of you, so stay tuned for that as well. So if you look at your daily chart now, right, so our daily chart, remember I said to you guys, if you look back in previous video, you can see where I've mentioned where I've pulled my Fibonacci from right at this daily candlestick close, right. So I pulled my Fibonacci from that close to that low because that's where we actually broke structure. So from this high, which is that lower high, right, on the lower time frame, to this area right there where you see we have this supported area because we actually broke this structure. So if you switch to your line graph, you can see clearly we broke structure right there, and then we move back towards the upside. So let's go back to candlestick. Right, so we broke structure, we pull our fib from that high to that low, and you can see we have our retracement back into our 50, and then boom, we have that massive drop. You know, so we had that drop probably over, say, let's say about, you see, 452 pips. So that's like a 4.33% gain if you actually correct that move. And I actually hope you guys benefit. And just an update on the video. So this was it previous when I brought on Cardian, and you can see I was speaking to all this area where I was breaking down in the past video, where I was zooming in and I was actually showing you the clean structure of the market. You know what I mean? Like, as I said before, once you're in the market for a long time, you're gonna understand and know the movements and the logics behind these markets. Trust me, it's all about you being consistent, right, enough to actually understand price action. It's not really hard, it's just the movements in the market. So you can see where I've marked out my zones, where you see I've pulled my Fibonacci from this previous high where the daily candlestick have closed, you know, and I hope this actually benefit you guys and you guys can actually see. So you can see this is all before, right, we actually done all this move on Cardian. So before we actually drop, this is where I broke down all these areas on Cardian, and you can see a massive result with a 4.33% gain. So this was my setup where I've put my stop loss, entry points, and everything, and I was showing you my target. You know, so I hope this actually benefit you guys and you guys actually learn something on Cardian. So last and final, I'm trying to make this video short, not too long. So last and final, what I want to speak about is Cardian, right? So remember, we're looking at this daily uptrend. However, what I'm really focusing on is all these supported area. This area doesn't mean price may actually push long. You know, we might just see price pull back, move back into this area, and then head short. However, we're not sure. You know what I mean? We can't say that's what exactly gonna happen. However, what I'm looking for now is entry to go long. Because why? You can see coming in at this supported area where price have been respecting on this trend, you can see we have some nice indecision bar. However, what I really do fancy was this nice wick coming off this supported area. You can see on our daily. However, move back to my 4 hourly. So this is how I understand the movement in the market. If you move back to your 4 hourly, what I do fancy is price just broke above. So what I'll be really focusing on is this whole rectangular area right there. So I will be waiting for price to break out towards the upside. So what I do like is that price just broke above this. So once we have this push, I'll look for a pullback, and then I'll look for price to go long. So I'll be targeting around this rectangle, this first rectangle that you see I've drawn there, as my first entry point, because that will be my next resistance zone where price can potentially reject and then head lower and break that trend line. However, the momentum is very strong. The yen is weak. I think the CAD is a bit stronger than the yen. So once the Canadian economy is doing well and the Japanese economy not doing well, that won't be good enough. You know, so that's something I think you guys should actually take away and benefit, you know, on this breakdown. So that's my views on Cardian, and I hope it's benefit you guys. So if you move back to your daily market structure, you can see, just understand the candlestick with the price movement, and you can see how price have been reacting. So you can see we have similar candlestick right there that we had in August coming in around September 28th. So I hope this helped, you know, and stay tuned for more videos and updates coming soon. Peace out.